become a problem. If you're not able to deal with them, they will rip you down map after map after map. So Fusion University need to be able to deal with that player specifically if they're going to have any hope of being able to take this win here.
Well, unfortunately, you're not going to see that mirror Fara matchup, but that was the same situation with Wiki in our last game of he was the Fara to watch out for, and eventually the counters went out. You have to dump a lot more resources into the guy. As with a triple DPS setup as was expected from Meta Athena, but the 3-2-1 Sombra, you have to nice to get that initial hack. It'll be kind of maybe hard to chase after all these people. They're up in the sky, they're far away from you, and that first pick, Chongsik drops, Jerry 2, 5 versus 5, Teru is hacked, but Meta Athena disengaged towards the point, and they'll be able to build that objective time.
Yeah, control already given to Meta Athena. You're going to see the hacks actually put onto Inyok as often as they possibly can muster, but you can see Meta Athena answering in turn, just have to ward them off. Fusion University backed off and actually killed. Pressure still being applied to Teru though.
Yeah, Chongsik focusing a lot of attention onto Damon and these exposed supports. Nano given over to that D.Va player to make sure he survives, keeps that mech nice and healthy. As Fusion Uni, again, losing Chongsik early, at least they're getting the trades, so they are in that number advantage. Pressure onto the supports of Meta Athena. Their Hammond is hacked. Not much you can do to help them. And as Meta Athena lose their supports, Inyok tries to regain some control with those mines. It's so back and forth. Meanwhile, Meta Athena just holding on to 41%, but Fusion Uni will retake.
So now in control, and Alarm actually swapping over to the Moirai to mitigate, or not really mitigate, but at least just keep them sustained versus the damage that's coming in from Meta Athena. And on top of that, you have Jerry with the EMP, looking now to set up against Fusion University. The dive going to be followed up by Inyok as well as Damon.
Now there's that EMP, Snow eating a rocket to the dome. Meta Athena not only have that middle map control, but following up just well. Unfortunately, half getting exposed there from the dive of Fusion Uni, and now named as dead too. The only supports Meta Athena had. Now you have no healing. Despite that EMP should have given them an initial advantage. Fusion Uni sustained through it, but it's never over until it's over, and especially against the chaos of this map. This Fusion Uni use the Primal to keep themselves alive, not doing too much, but mainly holding on to control of the point.
Yeah, Fusion University right now just playing for stability, and they're going to find that in the form of the EMP in the next fight to be able to lock Damon and Inyok down as well as ground the Pharah.
Exactly what you want to do. There's a follow from Chongsik, and there you go, Teru is dead. Preventing also the Resurrect from named, not only by space pressure, but also the hacks. As Meta Athena get out, Fusion Uni now climbing further and further to that round win.
So now both support ults up for Fusion University and Meta Athena diving in. They're still dropping bodies.
Name, that was a weird disengage from that dive. I mean, they pincered him from both sides, but look at that. Damon with the mines too from Inhyuk have actually made the numbers somewhat stable as Meta Athena throw 2 bodies on the point to retake. Fusion Uni not letting it happen easily, but not much more contest can happen from Fusion Uni as Meta Athena take it back.
Yeah, Fusion Uni wanted that up around 95% if they could basically force it. 97 would be the key if they could, so that way if they do win a clean team fight, they're able to just take it without having to worry about the OT tick. But Jerry now setting up, has the EMP, sees the rotation up on this left side, should be able to catch everybody.
Oh, he didn't get alarmed, so Coalescence will actually come out and sustain Fusion Uni during the dive, but Chungsik's taking way too much damage, and they're also getting spooked off the ledge. This was a hard rotation for Fusion Uni to get through. Nano given over to Bernard, make sure he keeps this mech. Barrage on the point from Teru. No targets in sight, but great zoning tool. Along with Inhyuk's mines, making it hard for Fusion Uni to do anything at all. But Meta Athena, 80+% coming down to the last fight.
And in the meantime, Meta Athena looks like they should be able to single out and isolate anybody left from Fusion University. And as Nice goes down so close to having his EMP available, you have to wonder if Fusion University has a shot still.
Oh no, Chongsik dies with Primal. Oh, he was not quick enough on that Q. But Fusion Uni can still try and contest this as much as they can. Eating that pulse bump is a good start. Fusion Uni throwing their bodies in. They have their healers alive, but they weren't able to keep Bernard to mech. Nice is back with EMP. Meta Athena. Teru wasn't affected by it, so he's able to barrage from above. but the ground war has been won by Fusion Uni. They almost take it back at 90%. Athena don't have that much time to recontest.
Yeah, Alarm needs to stay away from this EMP that's going to come out from Jerry. EMP into the mines could catch a lot as Inyok actually needs to get out, but he's going to get hacked. They could actually take him down early.
Oh, and he couldn't even leave mines. I think that was his whole plan. Make the space for the rest of the team to just feel safe. At least he'll be able to roll back as quickly as his hamster legs can get him there. Coalescence taking down the Far Mercy possibly. EMP from Jerry as Fusion Uni start to crumble, you would think. But it is Fusion Uni that take this round 100-99.
Yeah, Alarm actually went around that pole, and I'm not even sure if he was doing that in preparation of the EMP coming out, but it was able to dodge it, and that allowed them to easily clean things up, avoid the EMP in the process as well. So 1-0 advantage here to Fusion University, definitely seeming like they're bouncing back in a good way here against basically a team that is on an upswing, or you would imagine at least, and even against Teru on the Pharah as well, which against Element Mystic was a massive issue. I mean, a huge problem for Element Mystic trying to deal with it.
Yeah, it was all about winning the ground war, right? Well, they did use EMP to take Teru out from the sky a few times, but even when Teru was there, Fusion Uni getting enough kills on the ground was what got them a lot of the fights. But in 100-99, it really came up to the final play of hacking in Hyuk. Now, on Mecha base, we have kind of the protect the McCree comp. Nice. It's going to need a lot of protection against the dive of Inhyuk and the rest. At least the stun that McCree does provide can buy him a second life, or at least some time to get away. Athena have already warded off Fusion Uni slightly. There's Inhyuk with another dive. Dodges that shield bash, it seems, and forced out to supports. Still going in. No team has really focused on the objective. Once this fight is won, you'll see rotations down there.
Yeah, Fusion University will come out ahead here, but massive damage coming out from Nice is going to be awarded with the Deadeye and allow himself to just get off even more pressure. But this is the name of the game now for Fusion University, is just hold out, play defensively, ward Athena off, wait for that defense matrix to go down, wait for that bubble to come out from Damon, and if you can do that, the flashbang will be a free kill onto Winston every single time that they're going to rely on.
That'd have been some extra time if Nice would have hit that last shred of a bullet into half. But him getting Deadeye that early obviously means he's hitting shots. But Athena, despite having that early pressure, didn't necessarily get the kills they were looking for, and then that allowed that Fusion Uni cap to go through. Inhyuk is going to have that primal, and he's already getting spotted out. But maybe would like to wait for Nice stun to be out first. Kind of spots Chongsick by himself, but he's getting a ton of follow from the rest of his team. Inhyuk not even needing the primal. He's fully healthy. They even forced out some ultimates. Fuse using the barrier. Didn't get stunned out of it. Fusion Uni now have the big advantage. Although losing Nice is not great. Just the sustain, the sheer sustain that Fusion Uni have at the moment will allow them to hold on, but Athena forced them off.
Yeah, it looks like Fusion University want to hold on to this Transcendence as well. Alarm fell early in the last fight. We saw that kind of fake dive onto Chongsick initially where everybody else kind of dove in onto Alarm, and then Inhyuk actually shifted his focus over to support that kill as well. And now with the Transcendence available, they have an answer for the grab. And Nice actually swapping over to the Zarya, but it's all about maintaining here. Have to be able to get in and be able to deal with this Graviton, shift them down to the low ground, and try to get Nice ult charge up rapidly to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, the McCree had good value at the start. You have that stun, but the grab winning condition too strong to what the Deadeye did. I mean, his first Deadeye got eaten. Speaking of which, Chongsick down first for Fusion Uni. Transcendence not able to save him from that burst damage as Athena diving in to find more. Inhyuk is almost too deep at this point, but still using that primal to give him a second life. They do lose half, but that's okay. Athena will hold on to the point.
Yeah, this is just such a good position to be in if you're Athena. I mean, Fusion University, once they do manage to get Chongsick up with the Shatter, you will see Fusion University with a slight advantage in being able to close fights out, but they have to get to that point, and they've been investing ultimates. I mean, they did just invest the Transcendence of all things. Now Athena have a free fight win. All they have to do is drop a Graviton.
See if they can set it up. Damon has the front line in the sights. There are some people on the high ground. He may be waiting for them to drop down as they do. grab from Damon. Jerry self-destruct over the top. Nothing can save them. Meta Athena now 80+%. If they keep getting these picks, if they win even the next fight, I don't even know if Fusion Uni can get back, but looks like we're going into a round 3.
Yeah, Fusion University, they're definitely feeling blessed that Jerry did throw out the self-destruct for that, but nonetheless, Fusion University have to dive in now, and they've already lost Fuse and Bernard.
Yeah, the touch did go through, but Fusion Uni just can't get there in time. Yeah, losing 2 at the start, not great. 100-50, as we will head to win round 3 to see who will take the first map.
And this may be cause for concern for Fusion University right now. It seems as though they look very solid in making sure that they enable their DPS play. But in the 3-3, they just got a little bit further behind, and it was really a struggle for them to regain control. So maybe we'll get a different look, starting things out on the same foot as opposed to kind of off the back foot, where we saw Meta Athena getting that swap earlier, then staying in control is difficult once Fusion University swapped, especially once we saw that Transcendence invested from Alarm to try to save Chongsik and not getting the value. Now Fusion University starting things up with a 3-2-1 here. Approach with Nice actually on the Sombra, and it's going to be Chongsik on the Winston. Meta Athena, triple DPS.
Kind of a little bit surprised about Damon on the Soldier too. You have the more consistent damage, you have the healing station for yourself because a lot of your team are going to be playing spread out, but not going for the Widow at the start. Maybe this is a little bit safer against the dive of Fusion Uni.
Also a lot of damage too, so if Fusion University goes for something like a Zenyatta or something like that, it's going to be tough to be able to deal with all the chip damage, not only of Teru, but then also from Damon.
And there's Teru, just has to break that bubble and maybe dip dive and dodge away from Bernard. Can't let Fusion Uni get that cap. It's very hard on a round map like this to get it back, but still goes through from Fusion Uni. Meta Athena get the hag onto Bernard, should get the DMAC, and they do, and they're even gonna kill everyone who was trying to save Bernard. Teru is a threat in the skies, will even prevent Bernard from getting back into Mac. As the rest of Meta Athena, mainly Inhyuk, focusing on not only getting mines online, but trying to get that cap back and not let Fusion Uni get too much time. Barrage from above, 1-for-1 exchange. Meta Athena, though, still in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it looks like Meta Athena should be able to clean this one up, and finally they will, and flip the point in their favor as well. But Fusion University as well as Meta Athena, both sporting EMPs coming into this next fight, so we'll have to see how these two get into position and who wants to go first. I mean, we can see the counter from Meta Athena actually be very potent. If Jerry wants to hold out here, they could allow Fusion University to kind of go first and then catch Fusion University off the dive, shut it down. They won't have abilities, they won't have movement abilities at all, even coming out, and easy follow-up for Teru and Damon.
Inhyuk also wants to dodge that EMP. Oh, he drops mines. I think they got canceled right away. EMP to EMP. Who is going to survive through the war when you have Damon, Tac Visor, already grounding anyone who was standing in their way? It's Meta Athena still hold on to the point. They force Fusion Uni all the way towards the left side. All the poke damage and the distance that Meta Athena can have. They don't have to pressure Fusion Uni. Fusion Uni have to find a way to break out without taking too much damage.
Yeah, this is going to be so difficult, especially when Alarm is just taking all this pressure, and you also have Chongsik sleeping in the backline as well.
Oh, and Inhyuk is still diving your backline too. At least Chongsik had a bit of damage mitigation with that nano, but the biotic costed him his life. No main tank. It's kind of up to Bernard. See if the self-destruct can... They just need one sliver of a tick to get this point back, and this is all free time for Meta Athena. Without their Mercy, though, it's going to be a lot tougher when Meta Athena can only rely on half. Finally, Fusion Uni do get that flip. They can just play defensively now until they get all their members back.
Still, though, if you're Meta Athena, you want this fight to break down like this. This is exactly how you look at your best. And you can just keep sending in bodies and keep Fusion University off of their game. Allow Damon to keep pressuring in as well. And once you do get that EMP, turn the fight around. Unfortunately for them, Fusion University, they're coming out first. Nice has the EMP available. Jerry quickly actually gets his up as well. So again, battle the EMPs once more. That
was a good move from Fuse. Pushing Inhyuk away from Chongsik, who was super low HP. There's the EMP. Fusion Uni used Fuse's barrier just on time. And Damon forcing everyone back. I mean, Tac Visor great, but against a barrier, it's going to take a lot of bullets to burst through that. It's Fusion Uni now just doing some cleanup, pushing Meta Athena back, who've only really lost one, even going for the Resurrect. Meta Athena can fight again.
Now, Fusion University have been actually really good at trying to deny Teru. Now they have to try to clear this point of the mine so that they can maintain control while trying to keep Chongsik alive.
Oh, Fusion Uni getting a lot of free time here. Not really any big ultimates. Even Bernard can't self-destruct due to him being hacked. And I don't think he was able to drop it in time either. Maybe a big ultimate that could have reclaimed some space. Now without Chongsik, Bernard, no frontline for Fusion Uni. They just have to keep stalling this one out. They have 99%. Meta Athena is there to keep overtime going. Keeping that Valkyrie. Teru could look for a barrage. He's got the safety of the roof. And Jerry's gonna have EMP if Fusion Uni don't win it here. They'll have some time to focus on the next fight.
So into this next fight, specifically, we have Alarm ready with that nano boost, could give it to Chongsik, dive into the back line, but Meta Athena has everything that they need to ward Fusion University off. The one thing that could have saved Fusion University would have been Fuse having the sound barrier available. Just takes so long to get that up that Meta Athena should have the firepower to actually just rip down Fusion University, despite the investment of both the Primal and the nano boost onto Chongsik being very likely.
EMP, Jerry's looking for it.
Oh, we got caught!
Oh, he got shield bash, but he still got it off. It got Bernard. Just don't let himself destruct. Teru, Damon, all the ultimates from Meta Athena, 99 to 99. The final round, the final fight Meta Athena had to win. They've gotten a few picks. Fusion Uni still alive. A Primal from Chongsik is still alive. This might just be enough time for the rest of his team to come back, but they got to get back quick. The Tracer, everything. Mines is physically not letting Chongsik stay alive any longer. But it bought a few extra crucial seconds for Fusion Uni to come back, and they're starting to come back. There's the EMP. Half is dead. Named as Meta Athena only have a Mercy to rely on, and no other ultimates. Valkyrie in the sky, Jerry with 2. Meta Athena turning this around, but just barely. As Fusion Uni with 2 left, it's 2 versus 2. Named is going for Resurrect in front of them, manages to get it off. And now you have Damon who could get Attack Visor.
Oh, they killed Fuse, though. The sound barrier was going to be exactly what Fusion University needed to stabilize. In the meantime, now they just have to rely on Snillo to keep them alive. The EMP goes out, and the kills are coming in for Meta Athena.
Taking away the mobility of that Tracer, of Nice, and everything. As the dust clears, Meta Athena take the final round, the final fight, to go up 1-0 against Fusion Uni.
Such a critical kill there as well onto Fuse, being able to deny that final opportunity that Fusion University had to be able to take away that sound barrier that was huge and allowed Meta Athena to take away that first map win. But Fusion University, they looked a lot better than what we saw last week. I think this is definitely going to be a close matchup here between the two.
Yeah, 6-0 from Chongsik even bought them a last fight. So that is 1-0 for Meta Athena. We'll be heading into Temple of Anubis. We'll see you guys soon. Welcome back, everybody. Meta Athena are up 1-0 against Fusion Uni after, well, it came down to the wire on Busan. We'll see how Temple of Anubis goes as our map 2.
Yeah, so we've seen already a couple different looks. I think the expectation of Meta Athena being triple DPS was one that was definitely met and met well initially. I think Meta Athena really thrive in that capacity. I mean, being able to play off Teru, be able to play off Damon as well. Even Jerry looked pretty well, or pretty good there as well. But Fusion University, I think, is a big turnaround for them. They were able to deal with Inyok pretty decently, winning out that ground war. You were mentioning it before going into Sanctuary specifically, how, you know, dealing with Inyok needs to be the name of the game if they're going to play the Hammond. Bring that Sombra out and just shut it down. That's exactly what they have to do, and they did that pretty decently.
Yeah, not only hacking Inhyuk, but also using EMP to cancel out his mines, which I think Inhyuk was more of a factor on downtown where the point was more open. I want to say I remember them taking that, maybe, no, it was Fusion Uni, but round 3, at the end of the day, Meta Athena at the 99 to 99 point were able to get that EMP online and shut everything down. Where Chongsik and the rest of Fusion Uni have a pretty solid dive so far, so we'll see as we head into Temple of Anubis if maybe that map will suit them better there.
Yeah, and it seems like Fusion University are actually doing a lot better in those structured matchups. That's something that we're used to seeing from them, but last week that kind of broke down a little bit. But definitely being able to see them bounce back in that capacity as well, just seeing them look a lot better with their ult rotations and kind of returning into their form is a good look if you're a Fusion University fan. The one caveat to that being, you know, investment of ultimates in fights and situations where it doesn't really necessarily work out in your favor, even if it goes your way. So maybe they turn things like that around, specifically speaking of, you know, Alarm investing that transcendence on mecha base, trying to catch Chongsik with it, keep him alive. Now you don't have that available for the Graviton. So I think going forward, looking at their ult rotations, that's going to be something that I want to keep my eye on. But Fusion University definitely looking a lot better this week.
And on a map like Temple of Anubis, there's factors that come into play. Like if there was a sniper on either side, you have Snillo versus Damon, which was a matchup I thought was maybe going to happen on downtown, but I was wrong. And then you maybe talk about Orisa and Hog as a defensive measure, even sometimes offense if you're feeling pretty spicy, where Alarm and Bernard, I want to say Alarm and Bernard have been kind of fighting over who should be that Hog player, where Bernard seems to be hovering over the D.Va. Of course, he's very comfortable on that, but Fusion Uni still figuring out who should be their Hog player.
Yeah, Meta Athena, we're going to be getting Jasper back in. I'm not sure if we actually saw the sub. Oh, there it is. Jasper, I guess I'm just a second ahead somehow. But Jasper coming in for Jerry. And with the incorporation of Jasper here, I definitely think this is a good look for them. You're going to be getting a little bit more versatility out of him on a map type where you might need it, especially to deal with Fusion University. You're not sure exactly what's going to come your way. It's the 2-2-2 split. Nice actually coming out on the Pharah. Snillo looks good alongside nice Pharah no matter what he plays. I think typically speaking, we see a lot of sniper play from Snillo in these specific compositions, but May should still look good separating Meta Athena and still being able to lock that Hammond down. That's what Snillo can do here. Doesn't even need the Sombra, you could do the May instead.
Yeah, but the May, it has so many measures. Against the dive, you slow them down. Against a Reinhardt setup, you use isolation. I really like this May setup from them. And then you have Nice who can stay safe in the sky. So Meta Athena with the Sombra Genji now. Instead, no, not the Winston, but Inhyuk much more comfortable on the Hammond for that zone isolation with those mines. As that first initial dive from Meta Athena, unfortunately losing their Ana. They won't maybe be able to progress any further, but they did dislodge Fusion Uni from that high ground temporarily.
So working off of the EMP Blade, the dive looking to be potent for Meta Athena. Still with the triple D, or not with the triple DPS, rather Jasper onto the D.Va instead. And Fusion University, again, just trying to lock down that front line. If they do go in, you can lock Terry, you can lock Jasper, Inhyuk as well. That's the name of the game if you're Snillo.
And Teru, it's also has to dodge all those rockets, and then he has to deal with getting slowed down by Snillo. Winning condition, that EMP Nano Blade. But going in with Valkyrie, it's going to start off for Meta Athena, having a little bit extra AoE resources. Not wanting to dive after the Orisa, you can get halted out of position. Biotic hits Meta Athena. It's going to be rough. Even Inhyuk has slept, so Meta Athena have to take this slow.
Well, there it is. The EMP is out now. Fusion University, they got 3, but nonetheless, Nano Boost still stabilizing Funi for the time being. Nano Blade available.
Yeah, EMP and Blade didn't actually come out. The 3K from Nice shuts down the dive from Meta Athena. They were trying to follow up with that. So if Teru is going to go for the Blade, he won't have the EMP, but he'll have a very helpful Nano.
Unfortunately for him, the Nano Boost might not be enough to be able to stop the Blizzard. I mean, Fusion University could just play off of that so cleanly. Everybody just dive into the Blizzard, basically just slow Teru down, and also have Snillo just left-clicking Teru to just make that even quicker, freeze the Blade, and take the free kill.
They just don't really have anything against this far unless this Nano Blade goes right after him, but as Inhyuk went in, Jasper is slept. Alarm is so safe into the bag, so there's not a ton that a Meta Athena can dive after, except the Far Mercy.
Yeah, so Far Mercy an option, maybe the front line an option. There's the vanilla hack onto Bernard, but not going to be enough. I mean, if you're playing off the Blade, you need to be able to get in there and make sure that you can back up Teru with some force.
And Inhyuk gets halted. There's the Nano Blade from Teru. Not getting the swipes, though. He has no dashes. Finally gets one, and a 2-for-1 swipe into the air. But Meta Athena lost their mercy during that engage. A lot of pressure now onto Half, because now he's dealt with too. So now this fight is most likely completely dead for Meta Athena. No resources means you would have had to win that early. Fusion Uni investing a nano, although the fight is done, but still holding on to a very solid defense coming down to not a lot of time left.
Yeah, that was just looking to keep Snillo in the fight. They know that they need that Blizzard again if they're going to be able to win this fight off of a momentum shift late. 24 seconds remaining here for Meta Athena. They've got the EMP. They've got the Self-Destruct ready to go as well. They could actually just clear Plateau with those two combined together. And if they do that, that might be enough of an opening for them to claim point A.
Yeah, I already used that translocate early, just trying to dodge that. He gets halted up. He can't die here. He's forced to use EMP. Catches most of Fusion Unity, but mainly you didn't get Snillo. He's gonna have that Blizzard. First take from Meta Athena. Just trying to stabilize. They don't have Damon, though. You have to win this without him. Teru swiping away. They're trying to get as many ultimates as they can. It will be an overtime cap. But what they go into with point B, it could be a snowball. But Snillo using Blizzard on that point. Zones off the entire area. Meta Athena didn't lose any bodies, though. They can keep engaging. Using more ultimates than they would have liked, though. They at least still have the Blade.
Yeah, the Blade solo, though, not going to be something that I think that they want to utilize here.
Yeah, no, it's close.
Certainly, yeah, certainly I think that what they're going to want to do instead is just send Inyok forward on the Winston, get him up there aggressively, allow it to take some pressure, half gets up the Nano Boost, then they go for the Nano Blade.
And breaking that initial bubble. At least they don't have to worry about a Far anymore. Snillo on the break to shut down Teru, named as hacked. Pressure into the backline of Meta Athena. Biotic hits them. And Yuck in danger, named, I don't even know why he was there, and he just barely gets back into safety. So now Teru is hacked. Shutting down that Blade is what Fusion Unity's goal is, and doing just that.
I like this play from Nice as well. Going onto the Sombra, this gives them the option to counter EMP. They also have the option to basically just take advantage of the fact that Meta Athena, much like what we saw in our previous series, they have those two basically they have those two support players right there where there's not really an answer for the EMP. So Fusion University, their follow-up should look very, very potent. Yes, certainly Meta Athena can do the same, but if an EMP is answered with an EMP every single time, Fusion University will look better without their cooldowns than a team like Meta Athena who needs the mobility.
There's just a lot of sustain from Fusion Uni. Not only the Nano Chongsig, but you have a break that can cause Teru trouble. If this EMP Nano Blade doesn't work, which I hope it does, we have to see a compositional swap. Took them a lot of time to get point A. There's that Nano onto Chongsig into the back. Both supports dead instantly for Meta Athena. Nano Blade still goes in, but without supports, I don't know if Meta Athena have a chance to keep this going.
Yeah, and the denial of the tick as well, brought about by Chongsik investing the Primal Rage. And they're, oh, so close, almost were able to sneak that tick out. And that would have been insane if Inyok was going to be able to sneak that one. But Meta Athena now making the swaps themselves. And we will see the 3-2-1 approach. Chongsik, I would imagine here that he would probably swap over to the Reinhardt himself to be able to match this directly. But given the fact that Meta Athena is so close, I'm not sure if he even has enough time at this stage.
Yeah, it looked like he scouted it out at the beginning. Has had some success so far, but now with an actual break to cause him some trouble. Now they're going over towards the left side, and my feed died.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, well, we're gonna throw it to a quick technical break. I apologize, guys, and we'll catch up on the gameplay. See you guys soon. apologize for the technical difficulties, and the recap is that, hey, as you see on your screen, Meta Athena did not manage to cap point B. So that winning condition is set if Fusion Uni get to point B. Well, we'll see a tie series.
Yeah, and a little bit of an in-depth look from what we could see. I mean, unfortunately, our feeds went out, and you may have seen a little bit more as our producer was able to get a little bit longer before his feed went out, but we're all good. Everything's set. Everything's fine now, but yeah. Fusion University forcing Meta Athena onto the 3-3, the 3-2-1 approach being played as well at the initial approach. So Fusion University actually doing quite well in that matchup, and now once again here pulling it out, trying to force it on their attack. Meta Athena responding in turn with the 2-2-2 split that we saw them initially playing on their attack.
You're seeing Inhyuk just play a ton more Hammond than you would think in a situation that he would generally play Winston. And with these Sombra, Pharah, EMP, Barrage, this has been an issue that Fusion Uni haven't dealt with. But now with the 3-3, having a lot more sustain or not, Terror doming people with the rockets, looking for more, and already has the Barrage online in the first 45 seconds of the game.
Yeah, you gotta love that combination right there. The Hammond knocking them up, Teru just finishing the job. There's no way that they could even get out of that. So Fusion University looks like they're gonna go for a compositional swap here, at least involving Nice. And there it is, the follow-up from Snillo, gonna be pulling out the Sombra. And this is very similar to what we got out of Meta Athena on their attack. Again, just trying to play off of that EMP Nano Blade. That's really just basically going to be a big building phase, trying to get that up as quickly as possible so that they could turn around and win the fight, still have plenty of time to get a tick on point B and take the map.
EMP Barrage, they can play this close. He's got the high ground. Wants to wait for Fusion Uni to jump in, be exposed. Damon drops the EMP. Fusion Uni all hit. Alarm. Squeeze out a nano just to make sure to keep, was it the Lucio alive? But either way, Fusion Uni won't be able to keep this attack going. Chonxic ate too much damage at the beginning, and they can now stagger Snillo out of this one.
Yeah, and Fusion University still just have to keep sending Nice forward, try to soak damage to that Alarm. I mean, he's going to be able to build the nano boost very quickly. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get it before the blade even finishes, especially with a player like Alarm who could just eliminate Teru. And with no possibility, I don't think, of them being able to get that res, Teru's going to come back all the way from spawn. 65 advantage here.
This is the chance for them to go in. Nano given to Inhyuk. Could slam down and get some finish, but just clean taking care of Chonxic, where that was their real opportunity, and bowls through the offensive Fusion Uni, who are now stuck in this room without really a tank or even Bernard to help them.
It turns out Economy actually saved Meta Athena there in that fight. The Nano Blade was not available, the EMP was not available. They got the hack onto Inhyuk, but they weren't able to follow it up. And on top of that, you know, even if you did try to follow it up, you're talking about a player that has ridiculous amounts of HP and the damage reduction from the nano boost given to him by half. So Fusion University with a minute now to spare, finally with the options that they need to be able to take down Meta Athena, perhaps.
Has to be it. Perhaps. I mean, you have 5
Big
ultimates,
perhaps.
almost a 6. Okay, Nice this hack. Meta Athena know he has Blade. No Brig. Not really a lot of shutdown potential for Meta Athena besides this EMP that can just slow his mobility. As EMP to EMP, mines dropped from Inhyuk. Get canceled from EMP from Snillo. Nano Blade given to Nice. He's still thriving. Getting 2, mainly staying alive is what's important. Fusion Uni down to the wire in terms of time. I think they've gotten enough kills now. Just taking care of names would be extra insurance. Looking for that first tick, and this should be the finish for them.
Oh, big res there on the Teru, though. I think Meta Athena going to be trying to dive in here. They know that they need to get the stop here, or else that extra time allotment for Fusion University will be too hard to deal with on point B.
They push Meta Athena. They're stuck on this high ground. Barrage from above translocates out, dashing in. Teru didn't get anything for that. Great reaction from Fusion Uni. Is named in half, finished off last. Fusion Uni, cap point A in overtime. Oh, ish.
So Fusion University now with 4 minutes, only need to claim the first tick. And generally speaking, one of the best compositions to be able to claim a first tick like this is exactly what Fusion University has been on for the last 3.5 minutes. So looking very much like they're going to be able to finish the job here, as they have plenty of time to do it. Teru going to be the one to try to put the nail in the coffin for them, though.
Oh yeah, with a nano, he had his sights set on that Ana still going in. And it's so much peel for the supports. He's still sneaking past them. And that job is done, but Athena survived to tell the tale again.
Yeah, really going to be relying on Teru here. If he can somehow find a way to just knock Neist or Snillo, ideally both, into a wall just every single fight, then maybe they've got a shot here. Certainly being able to shut down the supports will give them perhaps what they need. But again, Fusion University, Neist could basically do this solo. All he needs is the investment of ultimates, and then he can go through and just wipe the board clean. And all they need is that one tick.
Oh, but Damon's getting ready with the EMP. Drops it as Neist goes for Blade. Really limits his mobility again. Neist just needing to stay alive is what's important. So that completely nullified the Blade. But they didn't use EMP. Maybe Snillo was hacked, and now he's not. He's gotten it out, only catching 2 as Jasper wards off this people, but not get on the point. My brain hurts. Fusion Uni, 33%. Will even up the series.
Yeah, tied at 1-1 now here on Anubis, and really solid choices being made by Fusion University actually. By going for this composition of the EMP Nanoblade, they obviously knew that they only needed that first tick. So best case scenario is you take a composition where you know you're going to win the fight. I mean, if you invest EMP Nanoblade into a fight and you don't win, something's wrong.
They didn't even they didn't get any kills with the Blade, and they still won, and that should have not happened. Jasper's self-destruct would have been on the point. Got a one last chance. It is a tie game. We will be heading into Hybrid next. See you guys after this break.